Stop what you are doing right now. If there's noise around you, let the silence settle. If there's someone next to you, this moment isn't for them. It's for you. What comes next isn't background content. It demands everything from you. You pass the test. You walk through the fire of betrayal. You endured the silence when you had every reason to explode. You stood firm where anyone else would have crumbled. The world saw you at your limit. And the enemy thought your exhaustion would be your end. They understood nothing. This morning, heaven recalculated the trajectory of your life. And I need to tell you exactly why the survive and fight phase has just been shut down in the divine court. You did not arrive here because of an algorithm. You arrived because you were marked to arrive. This is divine alignment. And what you survived was not to break you. It was to prepare you for this exact moment. For too long, you have carried a burden that was never meant to be yours. The mind that rehashes the same conversation at 3 a.m. The body that trembles in situations where it shouldn't anymore. The money that comes in and disappears without a trace. That constant feeling of wearing armor you can't remove. The relentless question, why them and not me? And the innocent question from a child or spouse that hurts because you have no answer. There is something I will place in your hands before this message closes. Something Solomon recorded for the chosen one of God who needs to navigate subtle sabotage and silent envy, and it fits in your pocket. It's not a book to study. It's an instrument to sustain the weight of what you carry. I'll come back to this. For now, just hold that thought. You've learned to live in a state of permanent alert, anticipating the next attack, the next disappointment. You've grown accustomed to spiritual sleeplessness, where peace seems a distant memory. This quiet vigilance, this silent spiritual sniper you've become, was forged in the crucible of your trials. It has become instinct to scan every detail, to keep your guard up, to stay one step ahead of those who mistake your discernment for weakness. You've become a silent sentinel, observing. And regarding exactly that, the silent dinner table, the phone call with that familiar name on the display. I've already left the instrument waiting for you in the first pinned comment. If you need to leave before the end, it's there. But stay, because the Hebrew name for what is happening to you has not yet been spoken. Have you ever felt that this subtle sabotage isn't just human, but spiritual? What if that pattern of quiet resilience is a sign that there is a battle against the purpose God has placed on your life? It was in seeking answers to this that I found this digital guide called the Solomon Code. This guide isn't just a reading. It's a key to spiritual understanding, a tool made for those who wish to see beyond appearances, to stop treating betrayal as a mere upset, and to understand why subtle attacks rise with such force against those who bear God's mark. Many chosen ones here on the channel have already felt the call of the code, but have not yet made the decision to download the digital guide. Download it right now. It's available in the first pinned comment. If you are one of the first to download, come back here and type Amen. This will be your act of faith. And today, God can show you the reason why this subtle sabotage arose against your life. Let's look at 5 signs that confirm you are indeed activating your spiritual sniper. The first sign is the silent sentinel. You've developed an acute awareness, not born of paranoia, but of a deep spiritual discernment that others label as overthinking. You anticipate, you observe, you analyze, but you never engage in external conflict. No, this isn't merely anxiety. It's a divine gift to protect your peace and purpose. And regarding that scene, your silent observation from the periphery, your quiet resistance, I've already left the instrument waiting for you in the first pinned comment. If you need to leave before the end, it's there. But stay, because the Hebrew name for what is happening to you has not yet been spoken. The second sign is the invisible shield. You've learned to deflect spiritual attacks silently, without anyone truly knowing the depth of the battle you are fighting. What seems like quiet strength to others is actually an internal battle won through prayer and discernment. The third sign is the spiritual sniper's perch. You've withdrawn to a place of solitude, a vantage point where you can survey the spiritual battlefield without becoming embroiled in every skirmish. This isn't isolation born of fear. It's a strategic withdrawal for precision. The fourth sign is strategic silence. You've mastered the art of not responding, not defending, and not explaining yourself when accused or misunderstood. It's not weakness. It's a powerful act of faith, trusting God to be your vindicator. The fifth sign is the recalibrated radar. You possess an uncanny ability to perceive the true intentions behind seemingly innocent words and actions. You sense the venom even when it's cloaked in sweetness. Today, I want to give you a concrete tool, one that can be applied right now. The protocol of the 3 silences, inspired by Proverbs 17:28. Even a fool who keeps silent is considered wise. When he closes his lips, he's deemed intelligent. This isn't about avoiding confrontation. It's about choosing your battles. First, silence in accusation. When false accusations arise, choose to remain silent and let God be your defense. Second, silence in provocation. When provoked, hold your tongue and respond with grace or not at all. Third, silence in victory. When God vindicates you, do not boast, but trust that your quiet strength speaks volumes. This protocol will equip you to navigate the next challenge with divine wisdom. If you are feeling right now that this is exactly what you need, before I even continue, place your thumb now on the link in the first pinned comment. Don't click yet. Just place your thumb. Feel the weight of the decision before you make the decision. This guide isn't a method to do more. It's an instrument to sustain more. It doesn't train you. It covers you. And the next insomniac night arrives sooner than it seems. And it comes with 2 seals for your home, not for your performance. The first seal is the ritual of the just one's sleep. It's an audio. You don't read, you lie down. And what you once called insomnia, today, you will call an unsealed vigil. And you will learn to seal the night with the right name, in the right order, in the right voice. The second seal is the awakening of clarity, the 7 morning decrees. 7 short phrases, one for each morning of the week, so you no longer wake up without identity, so you cross the first hour of the day with the posture of one who was sent, and not with the posture of one who was run over. You have a 7-day unconditional guarantee to use and feel. 7 full days. If in 7 days the instrument hasn't touched what needs to be touched in you, if clarity hasn't arrived, you send an email and receive your money back. No questions asked, no justification needed, and the 2 seals, the ritual and the decrees, remain yours even if you return it. They are yours, unconditionally. But I need to be direct with you. The real risk isn't spending less than 2 coffees. The real risk is the next insomniac night arriving, and you are still empty-handed. This is the risk that has a face, and it's about this face that I need to talk to you now. And perhaps you are asking yourself some questions right now that deserve an answer before we continue. What if this is just my own anxiety and not a spiritual attack? Even anxiety, when prolonged, impacts your spiritual state. Is there a spiritual root hidden in your physical symptoms? I've tried so many other things. Why would this be different? This is not another self-help book. It's an ancient code designed for the specific battles you face. Will I miss my only chance if I don't act now? The grace of God is abundant, but windows of opportunity are strategic. And even so, if you only want the guide, it is enough. But the complete package comes with all 3. A 58-year-old retired teacher, after months of feeling misunderstood and silent, started using the guide. In the first week, using the ritual of the just one's sleep, she found peace during the night. She sent me this message. I finally slept through the night for the first time in years. It was a revelation. A 32-year-old IT professional, struggling with unfair accusations at work, felt vindicated by applying the strategic silence. He shared, "My quiet response spoke louder than any argument I could have made." A 45-year-old mother of 2, feeling constantly on guard, used the recalibrated radar. She told me, "I now see through manipulative words without having to react emotionally." Perhaps in 3 hours, you will be lying in bed again, with the same thoughts replaying, remembering that you watched this video and still didn't reach out. Perhaps on the next difficult morning, your clarity will still be clouded. Perhaps the next silent affront will leave you feeling defenseless once more. And the consequence continues to arrive with the same alarm clock, with the same coffee, with the same door opening to the next painful situation. The link is in the first pinned comment. Pinned for you, not for everyone. For you, who needs to cross the next challenge with the instrument in hand, click now. And when you do this, when you open this link, you are not buying a book. You're accepting an instrument that Solomon prepared for your ordinary day. And what you will understand next, when you hear the Hebrew word that comes now, will change the way you read everything that has happened until now. The Hebrew word that defines exactly what is happening to you is shamar. Pronounce it softly with me wherever you are. Shamar. Shamar means to guard, to watch over, to protect. It's not just a dictionary translation. It's a word that describes a state, a posture, a calling. And when you hear this word, something within you calms down, because it was already happening within you. You just didn't have a name for it. And regarding this word, it is written in Psalm 4, verse 8. In peace, I will lie down and sleep, for you alone, Lord, make me dwell in safety. It is not a promise for the future. It is a declaration of state. Consider the story of Joseph. He faced betrayal from his own brothers, false accusations, and imprisonment. Yet he operated under the principle of shamar. He guarded his heart, his purpose, and his faith. Even in the pit and in the prison, he kept silent, strategic, and watched over his inner world. He guarded his dreams, not by fighting, but by preserving his integrity. This quiet resilience, this inner shamar, allowed him to navigate immense suffering without losing his divine assignment. He guarded his vision until the day it came to pass, and what Joseph had to improvise in the pit and in prison, you can now do with a guide in hand. The instrument that Solomon recorded is the very one waiting for you in the first pinned comment. Let me pause for a full minute and put everything you've just heard into simple words. No poetry, no metaphor, just the facts. Fact 1. There's a spirit of subtle sabotage. Fact 2. It operates by creating conflict around you, while its true target is your inner peace and purpose. Fact 3. Joseph was a target of this same attack. Fact 4. Your hesitation, which you call prudence, is exactly what the Spirit needs to convince you to give up in the next moment of doubt. There are 3 types of calling that are being tested now by the spirit of subtle sabotage. You are one of these 3 types. When I name yours, your spirit will leap in recognition. The first type is the silent watchman. This chosen one absorbs blows silently, often for others, and the adversary tries to break their resolve through constant, unspoken pressure. The second type is the stealth architect. This chosen one builds in quiet, unnoticed ways, and the enemy seeks to derail their progress by sowing seeds of doubt and misrepresentation. The third type is the truth preserver. This chosen one holds fast to integrity even when it's unpopular, and the adversary attempts to wear them down through isolation and slander. And regarding your type, heaven had already sealed 3 names. The first name is Sealkeeper. This name functions as a guardian of sacred truths. Solomon's instrument teaches you to discern the genuine from the counterfeit in every situation. The second name is Inner Fortifier. This name implies one whose strength is found in stillness and internal resilience. The third name is Quiet Purveyor. This name signifies one who delivers truth and wisdom without fanfare. If one of these 3 names resonated most strongly with you, write the number here below in the comments. 1, 2, or 3. This is your first act of taking possession of your identity, and for each of these sealed names, the adversary has a specific tactic. For the Sealkeeper, the tactic is misdirection, to distract you from the truth by creating chaos around you. The weapon against this is the decree of discernment. For the Inner Fortifier, the tactic is corrosion, to erode your internal peace with constant low-level attacks. The weapon is the shield of stillness. For the Quiet Purveyor, the tactic is noise, to drown out your voice and message with constant clamor. The weapon is the cloak of clarity. And these 3 weapons alone are a reminder. With the instrument, they become covering. Recognizing the cycle without having the instrument Solomon left is receiving the diagnosis without the treatment. And furthermore, there are 4 portals beyond these 3 that I cannot open here. Not for lack of time, but for density. Each needs its own page with the exact counterweapon. And while I don't deliver these 4 here, the spirit of attack knows them all. The guide delivers. But before I release you, there is one last point. The last obstacle is not the enemy. It is a voice within you that sounds dangerously reasonable. It is the fear of seeming ungrateful. It is the fear that by accepting an instrument, you are telling God that what he has already done was not enough. It is false piety. It is pride dressed as humility. God does not give you strength so that you refuse the weapons he himself forged for your battle. Accepting the instrument is not doubting strength. It is honoring the general strategy. Now I want you to close your eyes wherever you are. Place your right hand over your chest and repeat softly with me, if you need to, but let it come from your mouth. Father, I surrender the weariness that has accumulated over these past months. I release the need to constantly prove my worthiness, and I release the fear of being misunderstood when I finally speak. I release the fear of seeming ungrateful. This is the most subtle chain. My urgency is my gratitude, and I now receive the 3 names that were sealed upon me: Sealkeeper, Inner Fortifier, Quiet Purveyor. Not for me to boast, but for me to remember, for me to cross what comes with them on my lips, in my posture, in my heart. And before the voice that comes now, I need you to hear one thing. The intensity of what you've been through in recent months is not proof that something is wrong with you. It is proof that you are exactly where you always knew you should be. If this resonates with you now, right below, I receive the turning point. And now the Father's voice. Listen. Son, daughter, I saw you. I saw you enduring the silent battles. I never lost sight of you. I never closed the seat at my table that bears your name. Your name is engraved on the palms of my hands. The chair is yours. My pride in your generous heart was never withheld from you. And there is a voice that is speaking now within you. A voice that says, this is not for me. This is for someone with greater faith. I need you to hear this from me now. You have permission. You have permission to receive what you did not earn. You have permission to occupy the chair at the table without having to justify it. You have permission to let die the version of you that needed to suffer to feel worthy. Solomon did not prepare this instrument for those who are already ready. He prepared it for those who are tired. And the one who is tired is you now. I now extend my hand towards your home and decree a seal of covering over everything that belongs to you. Over your table, that it may be a place of safe counsel. I declare covering over your children and your spouse if you have them. May they walk in discernment. And I decree covering over your work, over your hands. May every effort bear fruit that honors him. You are committed. You are commissioned. You are sent. You are committed. You are commissioned. You are sent. You are committed. You are commissioned. You are sent. Before I release you, I want you to walk with me into a room you haven't seen with your physical eyes yet. Don't force it. Just let the image come. There's a long, dark wooden table. The light comes from above, from a place you can't identify. People are sitting there. Some you loved and are now gone. Others you haven't met yet. The faces look like family. And there's an empty chair near the head of the table. The shape of you is carved into it. The wood remembers you. Solomon is at the head, and he nods, as if to say, we were waiting for you. You are not creating this scene. You are remembering it. The chair has always been yours. Only you were missing. Don't say amen yet. Sit in this for a moment. Feel the weight of what just happened. Now you can say amen. The Solomon Code is waiting for you in the first pinned comment right below, with the ritual of the just one sleep and the 7 morning decrees, for less than 2 coffees. Because a silent watchman without covering will crumble in the next insomniac night, and the adversary counts on the next insomniac night. It's not an expense, it's an instrument. And Solomon prepared it for you to cross what comes with a firm hand, not an empty hand. With a 7-day guarantee. The risk is ours, the hand is yours. Click now, while the decree is still alive in your heart. Not tomorrow, not after your shower. Because whoever puts it off until later, puts it off forever. And the adversary already knows this. In the next 3 hours, he will speak within you, not with a loud voice. In sequence, 5 short phrases. Tomorrow, you'll think about it. You need this money for something else. This isn't the right time. You need another sign. This isn't for you. It's for someone with greater faith. If it's from God, it will happen eventually. You don't need to do anything. 5 waves. He tries from 5 angles. At some point, you will yield. Today. Now, before the next insomniac night, not later. Today. And Solomon will stand with you. And in the next message I bring to this channel, I will give you 3 angles related to overcoming quiet desperation. Whoever heard this message today needs to hear that one in sequence, because what comes next is not a continuation. It is a deepening. Click on the video that will appear on the screen in a few seconds. And before you go, think of one specific person. Not many, one. The person whose name just came to you when I said this. The person who's been silent, faithful, unseen. Being attacked in the same way. Someone who's been coming home carrying a weight that isn't theirs. Someone who needs the same sealing you just received. Send this video to them. They're waiting for this message to arrive. Perhaps it will be your hand that delivers it. It's not a favor. It's service, and heaven sees. If you watched this video until the end, comment below. Amen received. And send this video to that specific person who came to your mind. It is done. What was delivered here has been delivered. You are not the same person you were when you pressed play. You are profoundly loved. You were never forgotten. The chair is yours, and so it is sealed. The next insomniac night can wait 10 more seconds. May wisdom from above be your ground today. May your soul find rest until our next encounter.